Good evening, one and all present here. Hello, my name is Ariba Bashir, the graphics lead of GDSC AMU and your host for today's session. I welcome you all wholeheartedly. It's been a long time since we last met, I think probably during the Flutter Festival. So, welcome back. I hope you all are doing well and staying safe. Well, today we have all gathered here for a very informative talk session on Android. So, I want you all to boost up your mood and energy and fasten your seatbelts as I welcome the guest of honor and the speaker for today's session. He's a developer advocate for Android at Stream and a Google Developers expert for Android. He has years of experience in Android application development with a passion for all things tech and an eagerness to learn and teach. He also has a YouTube channel with the name Simplified Coding with an excellent fan base of 108K subscribers approximately, where he demonstrates full stack mobile application development and much more. Talking about his educational background, he's an MCA from St. Xavier's College, Ranchi. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Belal Khan. Over to you, sir.
Hi everyone, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, you all know my name. My name is Belal, and I am from Ranchi, but I live in Bangalore. So currently I'm in Bangalore, and I work at Stream as a developer advocate. So it's an awesome job to do, like teaching people, meeting with new people. And by the way, I am a professional Android developer, having more than 6 7 years of experience building mobile apps. I have worked with many startups across the globe, and I built a lot of applications. So I think this session is about some question answers. So how do we start, Ariba?
Sir, we have received some questions from the students. So, I may start asking you one by one, and you can answer them as per your convenience. The
Okay.
first question is, how do I get started with Android application development with only very basic knowledge about programming?
Okay. Before we move ahead, if you guys can turn on your cameras, then it's more interactive. Not necessary, but if you can. So, like, if you want to start with Android development, then the process is very easy. Like, you don't need to be a very genius in programming. You just need to start and take actions. So, I would recommend the official course of Google that is available in, I think, Udacity. So from there you can start learning basics of Kotlin. So first you need to decide, like, what way you will go. So there are number of options. For example, you want to build cross platform applications, or you want to build native applications. In native as well, we can build cross platform applications now because we have Kotlin multi platform. So you need to decide whether you want to go, where you want to go. Like, you can choose Flutter, or you can choose native Android development, that I do personally. So once you have decided what you can do, then you just start. You have basic Flutter course as well, free of cost, and that is from Google officially. And you also have a native Android development course. So it is, I think, available in Udacity. You can start from there.
Okay, thank you, sir. Another question is, web development or app development, which is better?
That is not a binary question. So it depends. Like you can be whatever you want. So I did both the things. So, like, both things are required. Like in Stream where I work, so we build web applications. We basically build, we have a company that provides infrastructure. So we are a company of infrastructure as a service. So what we do is we basically provide chat SDK. For example, you are building an application. It can be a mobile app or a web app. So let's assume the application that you use very frequently, for example Zomato, we used to order food from there. Okay, so that application is about ordering food, but this application requires chat as a feature. Now, if you want to build chat from scratch, it takes a lot of time. That means a lot of money and a lot of developers' hard work. So to simplify this thing, we provide chat SDK that you can use to build chat feature very easily and quickly. So that's our job. So you give us some money and we give you this feature that you can implement in your application. So we build SDK for almost all the platforms. For example, Android, iOS, web, even Unity for game development. So you can choose whatever platform you like. So it's not like this is better or that is better. You can choose whatever you like. So I would suggest like try both the things, and whatever you like, go ahead with that.
Yes, okay. So what are the languages we need to learn for Android development?
Okay, so previously, like when I started, it was Java. Now it is Kotlin. So even if you know any one language that you are comfortable with, it can be any language. You just need the basic understanding of how a program works. For example, you need to know the complete flow of the code, and you need to understand the basic principles of object-oriented programming. Then you can easily switch to Kotlin, I think, because that we use to build native Android applications. So once you have the basics clear, you can easily switch to Kotlin or any other programming language, and you can start building Android applications or whatever you want.
Also, can you please share your experience, how you started with programming and how you reached where you are right now?
Okay, so about my experience, I accidentally took admission in like computer applications bachelor's because I wanted to be an artist. So I do it now in my computer. But yeah, I took admission in this graduation course and I started learning, and eventually I started liking it. So once I finished my masters, meanwhile I was doing a lot of side projects. I was connected with online community. I was doing work for people across the globe because I started my website and the YouTube channel when I was in college. So I started learning and posting those things in the internet, and people start finding me, and many people approached me for projects. So I start doing it, and fortunately, just after finishing my masters, I got a job offer from South Korea. So I went there. I learned a lot of things. Very first foreign experience, and then I came back to India. I worked here for many companies, and finally, the last job that I switched is a developer advocate role. So previously, I was doing engineering thing. I was building applications, but now I do this thing that is developer advocacy. So yeah, this is how I started. Like my YouTube channel and my internet profile, my online presence helped me a lot. Like people find me and approach me automatically for the work or for the job. So this thing helped me a lot. So I would strongly recommend that create your GitHub profile, start posting your projects, like start making your online resume, your website, and post whatever you want there. Be active in the community, and people will start recognizing you.
Uh, that's great. I've also heard that if you are very active on social media, it's likely you will be accepted as a developer advocate in companies. Is it right?
No, if you are posting memes related to developers, then you
Okay.
won't be accepted. So it depends. Like you need to be active, actually active in the community. You need to be helping people. For example, I make videos. People know like I teach this thing. I'm good at this thing. So you need to be active on those perspective. So yeah, it helps, but you also need a solid fundamentals, and you need some experience that you know how to code the thing, how to make applications. So all the things are required.
Okay. So the next question is what to choose, native or versus hybrid development?
So like this is again a very controversial question. So nowadays we are getting hybrid application development, but still I personally feel like we need to do like we can create application with a single code base that work on both the platforms. So nowadays we just have like two platform, iOS and Android, and you can take web as well. But still, for few native things, you need to handle those things based on the actual device. For example, some things are specific for Android, some things are specific for iOS. For example, in my one of my project, we were building an application that needs to read the SMSs of the user. But this thing is not possible in iOS. Like you cannot read the SMSs in the iOS application, but you can do it in Android side. So these things differs, and you need to code them separately. But uh, like native Android development is not going anywhere anytime soon, so you can choose native Android development. Like I am a native Android developer, so I will be biased. So you can take your decision. If you need to build something very quickly, like you have very less time and you need to just do it to show or for demonstration, then you can go with Flutter or React Native or whatever. If you are looking for native things, like you need to uh, you need the flexibility to do the things internally. You need to interact with the device very in a very flexible way. In that case, you need to use native Android application development. So everything depends on your use case. It's not like one thing is better and another thing is bad. So what the application that you are building will decide what is the tech you need to use. Also the developers that you have. Like if you have developers who knows Flutter, then they will go with Flutter only. Okay. But if there are some requirement that can be done only in native Android application, then you need to do it native way. So everything depends on your use case and the problem that you're solving. So there is no binary answer to this thing. Like I cannot answer like this is better, that is better.
Yeah, okay. So another question is that where to start if we want to create Android games like PUBG and GTA?
Huh, that's an awesome question.
Yeah,
I get a lot of like this. So I think about the game that you're playing. A lot of work has been done to that game. The characters, they design the individual characters, the music that is composed, the all the things that you see. So it is not a one person job. In some rare cases, a person can do it. Sometimes someone can do it, but building a game like PUBG is not a one person job, because a complete story arc is involved, direction is involved, music composition is involved, artists are involved. So it is a teamwork. So you cannot just build an PUBG. But yeah, if you want to build some 2D version of some game that you play, like I have a course of game development in my channel that I did with Unity. So of course, with the help of Unity, you can build a similar game like PUBG, but you cannot make the clone. That's a fact. Okay. So a lot of hard work and things are required to build a game. But yeah, you get the assets for free on the internet. But again, there will be some copyright or licensing issue. But for learning purpose, you can download Unity, that is free. You can download 3D assets like pre-designed 3D models. You have all the physics of the game. You can do it by getting free resources on the internet. But if you're building something for business or something like PUBG that will get a lot of user, people will start playing, then you need to give people something unique. And in that case, you need a lot of planning and a lot of effort to build something unique that people would like to play. For example, you created another PUBG, let's assume. Why would people switch from PUBG to your PUBG? So that is the question, and you need to find the answer yourself. You need to give some uniqueness to the users, then only they will come to your application, whether it is an application or a game. But for learning purpose, you can create a game. I have a course, I will leave the link here on the chat, and you can start watching it. I built it using C sharp. So in Unity you can use few languages, I think C sharp, JavaScript, or some languages are there. So Unity is tool that you can use to build games. Two tools I remember. One is Unity, that is very easily available and you can start using it. And another free tool is Unreal Engine for game development. And very popular games are built using Unreal Engine. For example, if you have played the game Batman Arkham Knights or any Batman game, that is built using Unreal Engine. So if you're building game for, let's say, Batman or Superman, you need to design the models, you need the licensing issues, all the things. But yeah, you can get free resources on the internet, you can get 3D models, all the things, and you can learn. And then you can join some game company and build the game there. But alone, that is very hard to do.
yeah, sure. So if a student is arriving in BSc or in MC as a complete fresher in computer science, what must be the flow of projects he must pursue to get at a reasonable position?
When you start, you get job as a programmer in most cases, exceptions are there. So what you need to do is you need to build a solid fundamentals, like you understand how an application work, what are the basics. Like for any fresher job, you are supposed to do the basics things. So you need to be very strong at fundamentals. I focus on this thing only, like you need to understand the data structures, algorithms, recursion, and object oriented programming, the design patterns, so all the basics things. And you need to build this fundamentals, a solid fundamentals in your case, then you will easily get a job. And once you have this base of yourself, then you can start working on some projects. You can build anything, like take any application, for example WhatsApp, or any e-commerce application, or anything that is in trending, or any game. You can build these applications, you can put it on GitHub as a open source project, and you can um, publish it everywhere. Then you will get recognition. Eventually you will start getting recognition, and you will find people who want you to work for them.
Another similar question is Android app development projects for beginners.
Yeah, like when I was learning, I was building calculator or weather application or anything basics. You can create a story application. And like few years back, one application was very famous where you can just post anonymous stories. I don't remember the name. So you can build anything. just just look around, see the application, like go to Play Store, go to the top charts or trending application, pick any and start building. That's how it goes.
Is it better to go for jobs after BSc or after MC?
Okay, so hmm, complicated question, but I did MCA and I don't regret it because it took 3 years of my life. But when I was selected for an overseas job opportunity, then if I have not done MCA, I was rejected. So MCA helped me there. But if you're planning to live in India, then you can do job after BSc, but doing masters is always okay. And in my time MCA was of 3 years, but now government reduced it and you can do it in 2 years, so it's better to do MCA, I think. But still you can do jobs after BSc as well. I know a lot of people who are doing it. But if you want to go abroad, then like there are rules. If you need either some years of experience or a master's degree, so in that case it may help.
Yes. So, what are some challenges which the MCA students face in comparison to BTech students?
I don't think there are any, like both are equal. If you're working in tech industry, degree doesn't matter. Like if you are planning to live in India and work here, even a guy who is just 12 pass or have no degree at all can work with similar positions. So that's not a case. Like when you go to companies, even for Google or any Amazon, nobody will ask you your degree. If you have solid understanding of programming, data structures, algorithms, and competitive programming, then that is enough. You do not require any other degree or anything else.
Yes, I myself received this regret from most of the juniors that we were not selected in BTech. What should we do next? So we
Yeah,
are on the safe side, I think, until we do the work
like
regularly.
I don't know any company who asks like if you have this degree then only you can come. Like if you're working in tech, that is the best part about tech. You don't need any degree at all. Like I went to South Korea, MCA helped me there, but that was government regulation, not the companies. So in some cases it might help, but companies don't ask for any specific degree. They just need, you know how to do the work. That's all that matters.
So next question is, how can we get internships in college?
Like the same thing, like the student don't like to build online profiles, so create projects, post it to GitHub, be active on LinkedIn, and tell people like you are building this thing, this is how you learn this thing. Then people will start recognizing you and you will automatically get the offers. If you're not getting, then start contacting HRs on the LinkedIn or any other social media profiles. You will get, once they will see like you're working like this, then you will get the opportunity. That's very easy to get. You just need to build your portfolio. That is very important.
What must be your favorite project which you have done up until now?
Like nothing favorite, but yeah, last time I built an application that crossed over 1 million downloads, so I like that thing. But right now I'm doing developer advocacy, so I make samples and I make tutorials and videos and I do these kind of things like um, talk sessions and podcasts. So right now I'm not building applications. I don't have any personal projects as well, but yeah, I build a lot of applications, and I like every one of them. Like you build something, you like it because you put a lot of effort. So it's like your baby, so you like it, anything you build.
Yes, I think we have a question in the chat box.
Yes, of course, everyone hires like BCG, McKinsey. People hire like developers. Like nowadays almost every industry is hiring developers, because take any industry, for example, let's G5 or Z5, they require developer because they are building an application for their content, so everyone requires developers. Someone outsources, someone do it in house. What's exactly the role in that industry? What industry? If you are asking about consulting firm, then I never worked in a service based company, so I am not the right person to answer this question. But yeah, I got a job offer from Deloitte that I did not join. So yeah, people hire, like tech is required everywhere. That's what I think.
So do you think the work from home concept has helped you in any way or posed any restrictions on your work?
Yeah, work from home is good. In fact, I like it because I also make videos, but I also want to go to office sometimes, and that's why I'm moving to Amsterdam in next month. So I also like going to office, but yeah, I don't think it matters like whether you're working from home or from office. Like working in tech is same. You can work from anywhere. That's again another best thing about working in tech. You can work from anywhere. Sometimes I go to some random places and I work from there as well. Like if I want to go to travel some places, I don't take leave from my work. I use hotels Wi-Fi and I do my work. So that's the best thing about working in this industry.
Yeah, that sounds cool. So if you have to guide someone from the basic level, then what approach you will give to him step by step?
This is another similar question, like the basics that are very important. So like start learning programming, any language, start learning the basics. Once you are good enough with basics, then only move ahead. Don't just start building apps. Clear the basics first. That I would recommend to everyone.
Yes, I've also seen them directly jumping to game development or graphical
That's
development.
that's a yeah. If you want to be a graphic designer, or like you want to design art for a game, then coding is not required. But yeah, if you want to do coding or build applications, then you need to clear the basics. And if you want to you want to go in graphic designing side, then you need to learn all those tools, for example Photoshop, Maya, or whatever is there. So for that thing, coding is not required. But if you want to build applications, clear your fundamentals first.
So as
In the
per the
beginning,
Indian market, we can consider it safe to try learning game development.
like yeah, of course, like anything you are doing, like game development is awesome. I also like it, like because I wanted to be an artist. So these kind of things like making games, animation, I like these things a lot. So there are a lot of opportunities in game development, but the same thing applies for anything, for example app development or web development. So if you really want to build games, then that's the best thing for you. You can do it. Don't think about market is there or not, because there is a market for everything. So start doing whatever you like. Okay, so that's what I would suggest. There is a question in the chat. In the beginning it's
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
difficult to remember the codes, so it is necessary to understand the complete code, and is there any easy way to remember methods? You need to understand how things work. You can forget the syntax, that doesn't matter. You can forget how it is being written, like you can make mistakes while writing it, but the basics, like how a loop works, how a nested flow works, how an if else works, how you create classes, when you need to create a class, how to use the solid principles, how to divide your problem in smaller problems. So these are the fundamentals things that you cannot just memorize. It comes with practice. Okay, so once you will start doing the things, you will remember everything. Like nowadays I don't need to remember anything. Like sometimes, yeah, we do, we like for example when we need to create a date, I still right now I don't remember the date pattern of Java or Kotlin. So few things you search on Google or Stack Overflow, you get it, but you need to understand the fundamentals. That's very important. So don't remember anything. With time you will remember automatically. Don't try to memorize anything. That's what I'm saying. Another question is, which program is best for freelancing? Like program, are you asking for a website or things? Any website is best. You just need to get the clients. So, and to get the clients, you need to send very good proposals that they will revert. So you can start from anywhere. That there's no best or bad platforms. One more question is there. It's not a question, I think. BCG salaries. And last one is, what type of projects do you get in your job? So I told you right now I am doing developer advocacy. So I teach people about using our product. So we build SDKs and my job is to teach people how to use the SDKs.
So you are also having a YouTube channel. So if one aspires to make something like that, so what pathway should they take?
Yeah, if you want to do YouTube, then nowadays a lot of people are doing YouTube. So the thing is, you need to be consistent and you need to do it for a long time without expecting results. If you can do it, then that is for you. You can do it. So it's not like you will post a video and that will get viral, especially in tech. Like you are making programming tutorials and don't expect them to get viral. So that is not going to happen. So you will grow very slowly. So if you have the patience, go with that.
So how did you manage time for the videos with your career as well?
So the best thing I did in my college was I was just not dependent on my syllabus, or I was not looking just for getting good marks. I was learning what is trending. Like for example, when I was in college, Android was new. Like it was the transition period from feature phones to Android phones. So this thing was new and I was very excited about this thing. So I started learning it. All the things, the web development things were new. So I was doing it. So these things I did. And another very good thing that I did is whatever I learned, I started writing blog posts. And then eventually I started creating videos of those things. So these things helped me a lot.
Yes, the learning and doing approach.
Yeah, so like I was doing my college assignments and other things, but I was getting time for these things as well. Like I don't know how, but I did everything on my own. So that's the best thing happened in my career. So I cannot tell you like how you can do it, but yeah, if you want to do something, you will get the time. That is for sure.
So how much GPA is important to be maintained? Like we need to work really hard for that.
I already told you degrees does not matter. So like don't take it otherwise. Don't go and fail in your exams. But yeah, it doesn't matter. If you somehow got less GPA, then it doesn't matter. You will get the opportunities. The only thing matters is how well you do the work that is assigned to you. And in tech, for example, you are trying to do something in app development or game development, then the only thing matters is whether you are able to build this application or game or not. Nothing else matters. But do good in your exams. Okay. Have you tried machine learning? No, I did not. Like I use sometimes Firebase for identifying objects in the image, but that's not, I would say, machine learning. Like I have used machine learning things with the help of pre-built tools, but I am not into machine learning. Hello, hello.
So yes, also when a fresher comes into the field of computer science, they try to get a gist of everything like machine learning, web development, app development. So will you recommend trying everything simultaneously or going for one thing specifically?
Yeah, that's the best part, best time when you can try everything. Like when you're in college, you can try everything. So please do try everything. And once you start doing a job, then think about only one thing. So when you're in college, it is the best time to try everything, and then you will understand like this is the thing that I like and I want to do this thing.
We have this question in the chat box.
Ah, how can we integrate blockchain encryption in our Android apps? And is there any particular course for this? Any suggestions? Like, what do you want to do? I don't understand this. Like blockchain encryption, like there must be some use case that you are trying to implement. Like why you want to do this thing? So whenever there is a question, ask why first. That is the first step. So if you can post in chat like why this thing, then maybe I can help you. I'm not into blockchain, so I would try to answer it. But yeah, why you want to do an encryption in your Android applications using blockchain? Like what is the purpose?
Anyone can unmute themselves and ask as well if they're having any questions. So I think I'm out of questions. Are you having anything you would like to share with us?
Sorry.
Uh, would you like to share anything else with us?
um, I don't have anything specific, but we can wait. If anyone want to ask anything, then I can
So,
answer, of course.
we have this question in the chat.
If you want to make a chat application and we want to make it end to end encrypted using blockchain tech, yeah, I think you can do it, but I'm not sure you use blockchain for this or not. I think that serves a different purpose. I'm not an expert in this, so yeah, if you can do it, that's not a problem. How can be a good app developer? There is only one answer for this thing, that is practice and experience. So nobody just wakes up in the morning and become a good application developer. That thing do not happen. So practice, and it requires a long time. Like you need to give years, then only you will understand the things. Nobody can teach you this thing. Only your experiences will teach you.
So, what are the courses you took specifically to learn these things?
Okay, so like the my first job, that is not a conventional job, but when I was in college, I used to teach in a place, like you know, the coaching centers. There I used to teach about Android application development. So you can take those things, but what I personally believe is everything is available for free out there in the internet. You do not need to spend even a penny. You can learn anything for free. You just need to, give your best efforts. You can find everything on YouTube or in blog post. So personally, I never took any courses. I learned everything on my own.
So we can say that these certificates or courses don't really matter on our CV.
I don't have any extra certificates, so yeah, it doesn't matter.
So we need to actually expand the project section of our CV.
Yeah, your GitHub profile matters, your portfolio matters, like what you have built, but a certificate in tech, that doesn't matter at all. Nobody wants a certificate. Seriously. That's a very outdated thing, a certificate, having a certificate for this thing. No, you need projects that you can show on your GitHub profile. That's what matters here. Android or iOS app development. Okay, so why I started Android application development? Because when I was in college, affording a MacBook was very complicated for me. Affording an iPhone was a big issue financially. So I started Android. So like iOS is also a very good, like I do iOS sometime. Like I am trying to do iOS, learn iOS as well. So it is very good thing to do if you can afford the tech to do this thing. So if you like iPhone, for example, now I can use an iPhone. So I build applications for iPhone now. So if you have, you can do it. It's very good. Like you will get like the conversion rate. If you're building an application and you want people to pay for it, then an iOS user will most likely pay compared to an Android user. That is a fact. So in that case, you can choose iOS. But yeah, you need a MacBook and an iPhone. At least a MacBook is required. Again, that's your personal choice. Like what I would suggest a beginner, iOS or Android. It's completely your personal. Some people like Android, some people like iOS. So whatever you like, you can start with it. For more financial returns. Yeah, and maybe there are few cases when you will get more money in case of iOS, but I won't recommend choosing iOS just for this reason. If you like really iOS, you like the Apple ecosystem, then build for Apple. Don't just go for money. I think.
We are having this question. As of now, I'm working in Java. Is it
Are there
necessary to?
any drawbacks? Sorry, there is one more question. Are there any drawbacks of Android? There are many drawbacks of Android, of course. Like just Google it, you will find a lot of drawbacks. So there is nothing perfect in this world, I believe. So everything, any product, even iPhones have drawbacks. So if you try to find drawbacks, you will get a lot of in for any product or anything. You will get the drawbacks. So just Google it, you will get your answer. Yeah, Noor, you were saying something.
Yeah, this third last question in the chat.
Third last, as of now, I am working in Java. Is it necessary to switch for Flutter or Kotlin? No, it is not necessary. But yeah, if you are building Android application or thinking about building Android apps, then you have to switch to Kotlin. You can do it with Java, but that is now an old school way. So I would recommend switching to Kotlin.
So, during your masters, have you ever considered doing a PhD or going in research?
Yeah. In fact, right now that's personal thing. But yeah, I am trying to do PhD maybe after 2-3 more years. So yeah, I because I want to teach, that is my passion. So I want to be a teacher. So maybe after a few years I'll do PhD, but not sure right now.
So we can say that we are having much more stability in the teaching profession than developer side.
No. It's not about stability. I don't choose anything because that is stable. It's about what I like. Like I like teaching people. So that's the point.
That's great.
If you're looking for stability, then I think like building application, like doing programming or doing tech things is stable. I don't think there is any instability right now. So the only thing is I like teaching. So if I have to choose between being an engineer and building application to teaching people how to build the application, I will choose the next one.
How to frame our CV in such a manner that it attracts the HR.
Sorry.
How to create our CV such that it attracts the HR.
Okay, how so yeah, just write like don't like the first thing that you should write in your CV is in the first page, what are the works that you have done instead of your writing your qualification. So you should write like this is the link for this project that I have done, and then after the experiences, write your qualifications. So because someone will read, he will know like these are the things you have done. So maybe it will make an impression. But another thing is right now, I think bots filter the CVs. So you need to put keywords like you are applying for Android development role. Then you need to put all the keywords in your CV so that if a software is filtering out the CV, your CV should not get filtered out. So all these things you can search on internet. There are a lot of videos about these things.
So are these bots also capturing plagiarism?
Yeah, and like uh, in place of having a CV, if you have a very good LinkedIn profile, that will help much better way.
So for a beginner, how much active hours in coding they should involve per day?
It depends on your lifestyle. Like there is no fixed number like this XR you need. It depends. Like when I was student, I used to do like 12, 13 hours of coding. So it depends in your case. It's not like you need to do 13 hours every day or 2 hour every day. It depends. Like you can do it 13 hours or 6 hours on any hour that you like to do.
So have hackathons been helpful in how you have been doing your work?
Okay, when I was in college, like hackathons were not very popular, so I have not participated in any. But nowadays, it is a very good way to showcase your talent. So if you see about some hackathon, please participate. That is a very good way to show like you can do this thing.
Is anybody else having any other questions? So I think we can sum up this session.
Yeah,
So thank you so much, Bilal bhai, for coming to our campus and talking for such taking such an informative session, for mentoring us and giving us the real world insight.
sure,
And I would also like to tell that he is GDSC MU's buddy. We all GDSCs are provided with one buddy. So Bilal bhai is our MU's buddy. And also I would like to thank Ariba Bashar for helping me in organizing this session. And thank you
sure.
everyone for joining this event. Thank you, Bilal bhai, again.